windy as a bitch out here this morning. Wow. It's kind of weird talking about being in the morning, just getting up. Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hoya, social media insurance broker. And I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today I'm going to be talking about the net worth, etc., that you need to be a part of the top 1% in America. Because the numbers might surprise you. It's actually a Yahoo Finance article, and it's my first time reading it too. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we do books and blunts, or articles and aerials. Good morning, Malika. So I'm on my way to my car to read this article to you guys first thing in the morning. Another reason why is because entertainment value wise, I've unsubscribed from a lot of channels, unfollowed a lot of channels, unfortunately, in the quote unquote black YouTube space, because it's just a bunch of nonsense. Shout out to those that I do still follow. For example, Tam of Women in Linux. She actually ran with what I used to do, which was Friday Night Financials. The reason it's a little different for me is because I can't seem to find professionals who actually want to get a free commercial and come and talk to my audience. So that's why I've had a difficulty doing the Friday Night Financials. Whereas things like, financial articles, I can read to you guys every day. But, shout out to her. Shout out to Malika. Shout out to K Business Podcast. Shout out to the No Regret Show. Shout out to the Alien Savings Minus Debt, right? And, even shout out to people like Anton Daniels. Even though Anton Daniels is there for entertainment value, really, at least he himself is a millionaire from his Patreons and stuff. And, he does at least foster people into chasing that bag. Shout out to one of the very few Smoke and Flame. Shout out to Fourth Quarter Talk with Duke, Big Duke. I was actually on his channel yesterday, and we were talking about the hidden costs of or the costs of having bad health, right? Like, and yes, there are situations like mine where, for example, I might have what they call NALFD, which is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, because through hereditary, my father has fatty liver disease because he was a drinker. But unfortunately, I'm dealing with, what is it? Your son's, the son pays for the sins of the father. So, unfortunately, through my life, I had to deal with health complications from decisions my father made, which is kind of unfair, right? That's why it's another thing, right? When we talk black men, I'm gonna get to the article soon, but I like to talk my shit while I'm talking it. And I definitely talk to black men. Black men, we gotta realize something. Fuck this child support and blah blah blah. Sky Edits, what's going on? Didn't see your question, Sky, so I can't answer a question I don't see. But we're in a position where, as fathers, we leave our children in a fucked up predicament, because one of the things that you're going to need to have is you're going to need to know about your family health history. So if you don't know that your dad has fucking fatty liver disease, or if you don't know that your dad has a serious muscle deterioration disease that's going to make your muscles deteriorate as you age, and you have no idea why you're sitting here losing weight or vomiting or anything, well, black men, it's your fault that your kids don't know about their health, right? And I'm not gonna blame the mamas. Yeah, the mama knew wasn't shit, but just like Steve the Dean in the Man Mindset said, um, bruh, you're the man. How are you gonna say you're the man and then sleep with this woman that you knew wasn't shit and you nutted up in her, and now you're gonna turn around and say, oh, she wasn't shit? Well, you're the one who nutted up in her, sir. So how much ain't shit does that make you? All right? Turn on this light. So let's see. There's the question. Oh, what's good in the hoodie? Shit, it's all good in the hood, gang. You already? But part of the reason I see I have some new followers in here. So if you guys don't know, I am in the insurance and financial services world. Part of the reason I got into it, 2008, 3 days before Mother's Day, I got shot 5 times in front of my mother in the Trey Ford that's Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The only way around that is to do a gene sampling like 23andMe. I mean, yeah, but had my father been a responsible enough motherfucker and been in my life, I could have spoken directly to his ass and gotten that information directly from him. Fuck some 23andMe. Yeah, black man, there's some shit going on, but we're not giving excuses. I just seen last night there was this bum-ass black dude that I hang out with, and I am a black man. So for me to be talking this shit about black men, it's a problem. Because there's enough of us out here who are being bum-ass bums, and it makes me look bad. Just like my dad. My dad was out there being a bum-ass bum, and now I, at 40 years old, have to deal with health complications because he couldn't keep his fucking dick in his pants. Yeah, let the messages go, y'all. No problem. Why aren't they? Showing the... Oh yeah, yo, please, yo, moderators, don't mute nobody, please. It's okay. Let everybody. I like to let people come in and talk. What happens often with trolling is it's not a sense of trolling; it's a sense of they don't know. And so when people don't know, they do tend to sow, discourse and things, right? But even black men doing irresponsible, selfish shit like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Do you know how weak I am right now smoking this cigarette? This is weak sauce. But I want to be the boss. You can't stave off a craving. What if I was locked up or in war? In war times you can't just have your little whatever it is that you want. Let's see. Yeah. So, he says, nigga, you on the internet. Dovakin. Exactly, bro. You're at the same place, following me. But at any rate, so what happens is, we end up missing out on a lot of shit, right? But let me pull up this article, because this was what I was talking about, right? Yes, I guess he is a snitch. I'm not sure who's a snitch. Oh, damn, I gotta turn on the car. Oh, for y'all new folks, I guess, I forgot I do have to do the grifter thing, right? Like most grifters, and show off my luxury cars so you guys think I have millions and millions of dollars. Right? So, here we go. We'll pull out my little Mercedes, right? Of course it's rented. I obviously don't own this, right? My little Mercedes. I need to get this puppy washed. Yeah, I need to wash her. Him. This is the Batmobile right here. That's what I named him. Thank you. He said, you hotboxing the square? Oh, man. Nah, Darth. Damn, I got mad wrenches to give out because there's mad new folks here. So I try to give wrenches to people so that, you know. No, it's not leaking anything. I do need to bring it back to the dealership for A service. So, like I do A service, B service. I'm not one of them regular niggas who does regular nigga shit. But copyright strikes, what's good? Damn, it's mad new heads in the building. So again, how rich are the top 1%, right? Because that's what the article is about. And the exact net worth you need to join them, right? Whitest black dude I ever heard, and I'm whiter than you. Bro, I'm in Connecticut, so I guess speaking proper English is a white thing, so that's the shit we deal with as black dudes, right? I don't mind it coming from other people, but it's worse when it comes, like, if a white dude says it, it's actually funny as fuck. But it's actually offensive when another black dude is like, "Oh, you talk white." Like a white dude saying it, it's fucking funny because he's joking on you, right? He's like, "Dude, you're fucking white for a black guy." Right? But for a black guy to say that shit is actually offensive to another black guy. Plus, I got shit tons of friends with white boys. Right? Like, I got a boy in Chicago who was like, me and him first spoke. He said the same thing. He was like, he's in Chicago. He was like, bro, I see more black people than you, dude. You're in Connecticut. What the fuck are you talking about? I was like, oh man. He actually got me though, because Connecticut is a pretty white state. But believe it or not, Connecticut is a melting pot ass state. Like, you would think that there's heavy racism here, and there's really not. Now, yes, there are some biases, but here in Connecticut, it's a very liberal state. It's very much like California. In California, you probably have more racism than you do here in Connecticut. But as I was saying, how rich are the top 1%? Here's the exact net worth that you need to join them. This is a June 4th, 2024 article by Jeannie Mancini for Yahoo Finance. And as you guys know, I generally put the article in the chat. So let me just copy this article, go to my YouTube on my tablet, and I'll put the article in the chat. And then I gotta come and start giving y'all some wrenches and stuff. So give me 1 second while my fucking YouTube loads up on my phone. I mean my tablet. And let's get to it. Salute to all the new people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Give me 2 seconds while I put this article in the chat so you guys can follow along with the article with me. Give me 1 more second. Glura, my uterus smells like quiche. That is not normal. I think I have a malignant UTI. Please hurry. All right. Well, let's hope for the best for that, Gloria. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. So I just put the article in there so you guys can actually read along with the article, should you decide to do so. Like I said, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. Alright, this cigarette is getting annoying. I gotta light my blunt. I try to do the cigarette to keep it PG, but cigarettes are worse than blunts, right? If I'm gonna have one, I should have the blunt. Why do they keep holding comments for review? Let it run. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why my channel just did like that, but that's strange. Yeah, so I don't know where a lot of these people are coming from, but the algorithm pushes you out there. So for my people who are there, don't worry about it. Let them troll. If it gets too egregious, that's why you guys have wrenches. And my moderators are very good. So, the mod squad is on it. So just folks, if you say something, be careful, because I don't hinder my moderator. I generally try to make everyone a mod because I want everyone to go to everyone's channel. But so let's see here. For many, joining the top 1% represents the pinnacle of financial success. It's a status symbol and a dream that signifies reaching the upper echelon of wealth and influence. But what does it actually take to be part of that elite group? Let me turn this light back on because y'all probably can't see me in here. So, to be among the richest 1% of Americans, you now need at least $5.8 million. This is up from $5.1 million last year. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a $700,000 increase, right? If you don't know, it's not easy to make shit. In America, it's not the easiest to make $7, let alone 700,000. And this is not the thing that most people think of when they're thinking of making money. Is they think of, most Americans think in the employee mindset, right? They don't think of the business owner mindset, right? So, wow, there are a lot of trolls today. Okay. Hey, listen, you know what, trolls? I appreciate the trolls. It means that I'm getting some kind of reach. So let them rock, y'all. Don't worry about the trolls. Ignore their comments. We're gonna get that anyway. It's a good thing for us. It means that us champions and contenders and champions, we're actually doing something, and we're wiping ass, working in progress every day and seeing success. Globally, the entry point to the top 1% varies widely. Here's a look at the minimum net worth needed to join the 1% in select countries as of the end of 2023. So, in Monaco, to be a part of the 1%, you need $12 million, $12.88 million of net worth. In Luxembourg, you need $10.8 million of net worth. In Switzerland, you need $5.8 million of net worth. In the US, again, you need 5.8. Singapore, you need 5.2. Sweden, you need 4.76 million. Australia, 4.6 million. New Zealand, 4.5 million. Ireland, 4.3. Germany, 3.4 million. France, 3.2. Hong Kong, 3.0. In the UK, you only need $3 million. In Italy, you need $2.5 million net worth. Spain, $2.4 million net worth. Japan, you need a $2 million net worth. And China, you need a $1 million net worth. The countries at the top of the list, such as Monaco and Luxembourg, have relatively small populations, 37,000 and 647,000 repeatedly. For God so loved the world. So Isosa is a religious person. Yeah, I'm getting people from all over the place. I am definitely not religious, but I believe in energy. If that's your beliefs, you are fully you're right to have those beliefs. Now, just don't push those beliefs on me. But if you want to share them with me, I have no problem when people are like, "Oh, let's pray." I'm not one of those. Oh, I can't pray with you. I believe in energy. So if there's something that we can do that helps transfer positive vibes and positive energy, then that's my thing. So, similarly, Switzerland and Singapore have populations under 10 million. The United States, with about 335 million people, stands out from this trend, as do China and Japan, which have the lowest thresholds despite the largest populations. Especially China. I'm surprised China, you only need a $2 million net worth to be top of the top 1%. But you also have to realize, in America, if you're in poverty, you're still in the top 10% of earners in the world. Like people who are homeless and get, state assistance or food stamps are making more money than people in favelas in Brazil. It's just the truth. So these figures highlight the significant differences in the wealth required to be in the top 1% worldwide. However, even within the top 1%, there's a wide range of wealth levels. The UHNWI, or ultra high net worth individuals, which includes those with 30 million, is growing. By the end of 2023, this group had increased to 626,000 globally, up from just 600,000 the previous year. So, 1 year, 26,000 people became at least decamillionaires, or 10, 20, 30, whatever, the triple decamillionaires, right? So they became 30 million plus net worth. Knight Frank's report shows the thresholds for wealth and increasing concentration the increasing concentration of wealth among the ultra rich. As the global economy continues to evolve, the gap between the merely wealthy and the ultra wealthy will likely widen further, highlighting the changing dynamics of global wealth distribution. While reaching the top is unfortunately just a dream for 99% of people, understanding these benchmarks can help you set realistic financial goals. Whether you aspire to join the ranks of the ultra wealthy or simply want to improve your financial situation, consulting with a financial advisor can be a valuable step. They can help you create a personalized plan to grow wealth and achieve long-term financial goals, no matter where you are in your financial journey. Having a clear strategy can make a significant difference. Now, this is obviously true. Now, the thing is here, ladies and gentlemen, you also want to be careful, because I dealt with somebody who supposedly makes a lot of money, and I hate when people work in tech, make money, and think they know some fucking shit. He's talking to me. I told him I'm my financial advisor. He asked me a tax question, and then he goes, "Oh, I don't know if I don't want to work with you. I couldn't deal with you as a financial advisor. You don't know this about taxes." I'm not supposed to know this about taxes. I'm not a tax advisor. That's just like if you ask your CPA, your certified public accountant, about some shit about real estate. Outside of the taxation of real estate, he don't know shit about real estate. You don't want to say, "I don't want to deal with your accounting if you don't know this about real estate." Yes, all of these things cross over, but that's why there's licensure in each thing. Right? Let me put this J out. Do this cigarette. So that's the article, y'all. My article, lives are probably going to be shorter now. Most people do not have a plan. What's up, knowledge and relationships? Malika, I noticed that. And the way that I noticed that, I have a relative who became my client because he saw a bunch of this TikTok stuff. Right? And so he was like, if I'm going to go see somebody for this insurance stuff, wait, my cousin does insurance. Why would I go to some random stranger when my family member does life insurance? Now, if my family member is great at what he does, he'll tell me, "Hey, what you're looking for is out of my realm." Like, I had a relative who was looking for final expense life insurance. Final expense life insurance is out of my realm. I don't deal with final expense life insurance. What is final expense life insurance? So, final expense life insurance is the low-cost life insurance that generally you see like Colonial Penn, or you see the commercial where the old lady's like, "John, I can't believe Victor died. He was only 77. We have life insurance, right? I'll make the call today, Vida." That's final expense. That is life insurance that is given to a person at the end stage of their life. Usually it's going to be a guaranteed issue, and it's not going to have a huge death benefit. What's good, fam? And so in those circumstances, um, you give that to somebody who specializes in final expense, right? It's an easy application, so on and so forth, right? It's not going to be like I deal with high ticket IULs, right? So, on average, most of my clients are paying at least about $500 a month into their life insurance, right? The reason why is because the way that I'm structuring policies. So I work in a general demographic, right? Often it tends to be, people with an annual salary of about 75,000 or above. Why? Because they could then afford the expendable income for uh, the products that I offer, right? So when my family came to me and was like, "Hey, listen," the reason I told him I couldn't help him, he's in his 60s. He just had a stroke. He thank you, Mahogany. He's in his 60s. He just had a stroke, and he had a recent amputation. So with things like that, to apply for life insurance, you're probably not going to get it if you apply for a traditional policy because they're going to decline you. Just like me, I smoke cigarettes. So if me and somebody else who has the exact same everything else as me but didn't smoke both applied for life insurance, and we both said we want to spend $100 a month, my death benefit would be $50,000. His death benefit would be $150,000, because smoking tobacco triples the price of your life insurance. So for $100, that could get me $50,000, and the guy who has everything exactly the same as me as far as health, height, weight, age, da 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 da, but he doesn't smoke, he could get 3 times as much death benefit because he doesn't smoke. So these are things that, like I was talking about yesterday with Big Duke and She, right? Like she said, she gets on me for these cigarettes. He don't have to get on me. Actually, to be honest, the people, you don't even have to get on me for these cigarettes. You know why? These cigarettes get on me for these cigarettes. When I get up and I go walking, and I get winded a lot faster than I used to. You know why? Because I'm always sucking on the nicotine dick. Wow. Now that I put it like that, I don't want this cigarette. Oh, God. Now it's like, oh, you're putting a dick in your mouth. Oh. I shouldn't have said that. Wow. Well, that's the way to make you quit, huh? Yes, I am trying to stop, and I just, like I said, I just put a pause in my mind, just calling this a damn nicotine dick, because now it's like, oh, I don't want to put a dick in my mouth. I'm not on that. She said, clip that and put it on your phone. I should, Malika, right? Oh man, I gotta get over that real quick, but whew, that was funny. Yeah, you do. Malika does yell at me all the time. But so, my relative, he was like, listen, why would I, do business with someone else as opposed to at least coming to you first, right? And if I'm able to help him, I'm able to help him. What I was, the other I wasn't. Like I said, one relative is under his 50s, and he's healthy, physically works out, eats right, no bad health conditions. He can go through the physical exam and get approved for life insurance. My other relative cannot. So my other relative, I had to refer to someone. Why? Because again, I don't do final expense life insurance. Can I? Yes. Do I? No. I have the license to do so. So should I, absolutely need to sell it to him? Yeah, I could have went to Gerber and got him a quick final expense policy. But again, that's not what I do. It's just like when you deal with, you know what? I'm gonna throw this cigarette. Ah, shoot. Right? It's just like when you go to a doctor, right? Some doctors are specialists in certain things. So when they specialize in A, B, C, or X, Y, Z, even though they all went to medical school, they all took biology, the ear, nose, and throat doctor is who you go to if you have an ear, nose, or throat issue. You don't go to, the chiropractor if you're having an issue with your ear, nose, or throat, right? You don't go to, you know, if your back hurts, you go to a chiropractor, right? You don't go to a cardiologist, which is a heart doctor. So it's the same thing with your finances. You want to find out what they specialize in. So I say all that again to say, you know, you have to be careful about, oh, I can't do, like, it was just funny that the guy's like, oh, well, you don't know this about taxes. I'm not a tax advisor, bro. I'm a financial advisor. That means I deal with insurance, retirement, and investments, right? Not the taxation of it, but the sales and purchase of it, right? So you want to buy some stocks, some insurance, some retirement accounts? I'm the guy you see. You want to buy some stocks, insurance, and retirement accounts? You don't go to your CPA. Now, if you want to know about the taxable events of your stocks, retirement, or insurance, you go to a CPA. Now, if you want to know about, well, no, even if you want to know about the taxable events of those products, yes, the financial professional might know something about the taxation of that, but they'll tell you, I'm not a tax professional, not a tax advisor, this isn't tax advice. Just like you hear, you know, uh, 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 stock trader Joe say, hey, yeah, this is not recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. This is not financial advice, right? That's what they say. This is weed, y'all. Right? And I'm gonna quit this too. You know what? Freak it. I'm gonna go back to my thing that I've been doing for the past few months, which was I'm not smoking until I pull in another 10K commission. So um somebody help me to get my next blunt. But no, seriously. So, again, this is just a rant, but in America, you're already in the top 10% just for the fact that you live in America, which is why most people want to come to America. Even to live in poverty in America is oftentimes almost better conditions than in other places. What do I mean? Well, if you're homeless in America, she said I gotta start putting the eggplants in the chat. Okay. You know what, Malika? Go ahead and do it. She said I'm gonna start putting the eggplants in the chat. That'll get me, because that caught me there for that minute. I was like, oh man. But you're in the top 10% because you can scavenge in America, right? If you're broke, if you're homeless, right, you can go to the eggplant. You could go to the you could go to a restaurant. Any restaurant. Okay, I'm putting it away. You can go to any restaurant and you can just wait in the back of the dumpster. They throw out tons of food. Now, if you dumpster dive, then there is no fault to the company, right? The reason they throw the food away and don't give it is because if somebody gets sick, they can sue the company, so they don't want that liability. But if they throw it away and it's in the dumpster, yeah, it's going to be a hodgepodge of mixed food. But if you're homeless and ain't eating in weeks, I bet you're going to value that meal, right? So, again, here in the States, we have that luxury and that availability that even in the sticks, there's a McDonald's somewhere. You might have to walk for a week to get to, off of Route 60 for, 70 miles. But all along the road, somebody going to throw a bottle of water out their window. Somebody's going to throw a hamburger, right? And if you're absolutely in destitute survival mode, you got to scavenge. Again, I'm not talking about a regular person who just fell on hard times, but I'm talking about people who are out here destitute in absolute poverty. right? It's a possibility of survival. Now, if so you're in the top 10% in America anyway, because of all of the things that we have access to. For example, even if you're homeless, if you're found on the side of the road, you can get medical attention, right? Somebody can pick you up off the side of the road, put you in the car, drop you off at the hospital. Hey, listen, this guy needs some help. I just saw him on the side of the road. Hey, who are you to him? Nobody. I just saw him on the side of the road and I decided, hey, let me drop him off. He looks like he needs some help. Okay, we'll take him. They'll rush you to the hospital, not know your name, save your life. Then when you come to Mr. Doe, what's your name? Okay, and what's your social? And okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, Mr. Doe, you owe us $422,000 for saving your life. Okay. Now, Kay from Business Connections with Kay, a Kay Business Podcast, mentioned that one of his cousins died in Africa because they don't have healthcare like we have here in America. Now, yes, America, we do have the monetized healthcare system. We don't have free healthcare like some countries. But the fact of the matter is, in that country of Nigeria, apparently his cousin was on the side of the road, ill. Somebody picked him up, brought him to the hospital. They laid him on the bed and was like, okay, well, we need a down payment. No down payment. They just let him sit there and die. Right? Other places here in America, we also have socialism. What do I mean? If your house is on fire, you can call 911. Ring 911. Do you need emergency medical or fire? I need fire. Thank you. Um, that's the first time I've ever heard that one. Usually I get Marcus Houston. But Michael B. Jordan is actually a cool dude. I actually met him on the set of Law and Order. I think it was Law and Order Criminal Intent. Because there's a bunch of different Law and Order. There's Law and Order CI, Law and Order SVU, and then the regular Law and Order. I used to do background acting in New York City, so I done met a lot of celebrities. So Michael B. Jordan, he's actually a really, really, really cool dude. I was on the episode with him. He was a boxer. This is before Creed. And he had gotten locked up for dog fighting actually, as a boxer. And I was in the crew of the other boxer who was chumping him and calling him pussy for being in jail. And my crew and his crew almost got into a fight on the episode. It was cool. On the episode, all you'll see of me on the episode is my two fingers off camera going like this, mushing at the guy. Yeah. But yeah, so look for my two fingers, Malika. I'm semi-famous. I've been on a lot of shows. Let's see, I was on Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll with Dennis Leary. Um, a couple shows with Deborah Messing. Again, a bunch of Law and Order. Ice-T is kind of cool. I was on a TV show with Fox that never got picked up called Weekends at Bellevue. It was a show. I shot the pilot with Exhibit. And I actually got on the show. And I was gonna be one of the patients, but Fox never picked up the show. Let's see, what else was I on? I was on like I said, I was on what is that? Madam Secretary. Um, I was actually on I was on Power as well. So I think I was on 2 episodes of Power. Right? I think it was season 2, episode 1. Right? I was with RSC, the dudes in the green. I never actually watched the show Power, but I was with the dudes in the green jacket. I was wearing a green leather jacket, and I was at the garage with the Puerto Rican dude and Ghost, and they was standing right in front of me talking. Amari Hardwick is short as shit too. But let's see, what else was I on? I need to actually get back into doing this background acting because working in TV, You actually do meet a lot of people who need financial advisory because TV makes a shit ton of money. Um, what else was I on? Damn, I was on a bunch of shit. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I was on a bunch of HBO stuff. Power. Oh, Person of Interest. I was on Person of Interest, but this was after Taraji P. Henson. So I was on two episodes of Person of Interest. I remember one of the episodes we were in Bergdorf Goodman. And somebody came and they like shot up the store. So we were running around from them randomly shooting the store. Again, this is early on in the shows, and it's weird. This a TV show doesn't start making money until its fifth season. The first four seasons are very low budget. Maybe not to the general public, but again, just like financial services, movie magic, right? The general public doesn't know what they don't know, so you guys miss out on seeing a lot of stuff behind the scenes with financial services, right? So one thing that's changing in financial services, obviously, recently, that's going to have a big impact on things like day traders is the cash account rule, right? So it used to be that with a cash account, the cash had to sit there, and it used to take at least 2 days to settle. Now they're going to let the cash accounts settle immediately. So now what this means is when I get at, whoever's telling you they're trading Forex or options, and I say that's bullshit, because if you go to FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, right, and ask the rules on day trading, right, um, it says unless you are maintaining a margin account, which means an account with $25,000 or more in it, you cannot day trade, meaning you cannot execute at least four trades in day trades in a week. Right? If you do, you become what's called a pattern day trader. At which point you have to have the margin account, and if you don't, you can't day trade. So now that cash account is how you would get around, that rule, and you wouldn't be able to day trade those. So when people come on and they're like, "Hey, today is Tuesday, June 6th, Nvidia. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, Apple." Well, you got to do Tuesday, June 6th. You can put your money in and wait for your money to settle, and then Wednesday, June 7th, you can wait for your money to settle, and then Thursday, June 8th, is when you can make a play. But those two other plays are gone. So Thursday, June 8th, you can say, "Hey, what's today's play? Water bottles. Cool. We're going to invest in water bottles. Cool." And then you can let your cash settle. Now, with the change in the law, you can go, "Hey, to Tuesday, June 6th, Nvidia. I'm gonna put my cash in." Boom, it's settled. I'm gonna put my cash into Nvidia. The problem is if you execute four or more day trades within a week, within a 4-day period or 5-day period, uh, you're a pattern day trader, which means you have to follow the pattern day trade rules, which means you can't execute another trade until you have $25,000 in your account. So now what people are doing, getting around that, is they're doing the crowdfund thing, right? They're getting a bunch of people together. It's like if I told everybody, "Hey, listen, I'm going to go buy a 72-ounce steak from Ruth Chris. Who wants in?" And then everybody says, "Yeah, I want this experience." And I go get the full experience, eat half the steak, 35 ounces. And then I take the rest in the doggy bag, come back, and I say, "Okay, everybody, who wanted in on this Roof Chris experience? You, okay, give me $10. I'm going to give you a bite of steak." Boom, bow. "Oh, ain't that great?" "Yeah." "Here, boom, $10. Bow, and bite of steak." "Okay, great." But you haven't gotten the experience of going to Ruth Chris, ordering your items a la carte, because you can't order, they don't have combo meals. So if you want steak and shrimp, you order steak, then you order shrimp, then you order the mushrooms. Well, I order the mushrooms. Then you order the cream spinach. Well, I order the cream spinach. Actually, Del Frisco's cream spinach is probably better than Ruth Chris. Anyway, I'm talking about expensive shit. I can't afford those places, right? So I just have happened to have eaten there. Um, but oh shit, my so those are things that you want to factor into. But I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna get ready to hop off of here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker, and I've just whapped and tapped on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute, 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 salute. Get up out of here.